My daughter was a few feet away and he wanted to kill me. I had to shoot. I never thought I'd get locked up and charged with murder. I've decided to tell my story because if you have a gun for self-defense, you need to hear this to avoid making a mistake that could land you in jail, or worse. Here's what happened. I found out my family member was attacked and assaulted the previous night, so I went to help her. We were in the entryway when the attacker came back. So I did, what anyone would do. I positioned myself between them. I wanted to de-escalate the situation, get him out of there, and keep her safe. This guy was angry. He wouldn't listen. And when he tried to rush in to get past me, I kicked him back down the steps. So he ran away and I ran to the truck to get my phone. I still remember looking in and seeing my daughter's face before I started dialing 911. That's when the attacker came back and he was holding a metal pipe. So I threw my phone on the seat and I grabbed my gun. I didn't have a choice. This guy is nuts and he's gonna try to kill me and hurt my family. And seeing the gun didn't faze him. I drew on him, I yelled, "Stop or I'll shoot," but he ran straight at me. Look, I never thought this would happen to me. I never wanted to shoot someone. When the police showed up, things just went bad. I thought they were doing their job, but I was handcuffed and taken to the station. Within hours, despite my testimony and my family's, I was charged with first-degree murder.
This is so important. The fight isn't over when you stop an attacker. All too often, the ensuing legal battle can cost you your freedom. And frankly, it's much harder to prepare for. The judicial system is complex, especially when guns are involved. Even if you do everything right, you can still get charged with a crime. And that's exactly what happened in this case. Brian did everything right, but he made one critical mistake.
I was sitting in jail. I was desperate, I was praying. And all of a sudden it hit me. I remembered I had this membership in the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. And I remembered it includes help from the critical response team. I was able to pass a message to a family member and they called for me. That one call changed everything. They immediately connected me with an attorney from the USCCA Attorney Network, and he went right to work on my case. He drove to the jail to meet me, and he worked hard to connect the dots the detectives had missed.
The state where Brian was arrested has a statute in which there is no bond for capital cases like Brian's first-degree murder charge. Frankly, Brian's attorney was shocked that he was charged with murder mere hours after the incident. It just didn't add up. But because he had already been charged, Brian had to sit in prison and fight his case from the inside.
It took a long time and obviously took a toll on the family, but he finally got all the charges dropped. In the end, the attorney fees were $68,500. I don't know what I would have done if I had to pay for it all out of pocket. Honestly, if I didn't have a USCCA membership, I think I'd still be in jail awaiting trial, or in prison convicted of a crime I didn't commit.
Brian did everything right. The one thing he missed cost him dearly. All right, number one, he was mentally prepared. He always practiced great situational awareness and threat detection. He stayed calm and attempted to de-escalate and defuse an angry assailant. He had prepared his mind for an armed encounter. He understood the importance of using the appropriate amount of force. Number two, he was physically prepared. Brian was trained. He was accurate. He had spent time at the range and getting specialized training. He had his gun and he knew how to use it. He knew where to position his body. And although it wasn't necessary in this case, he knew how to shoot on the move, how to find cover, how to engage multiple attackers, and more. Number three, he was legally prepared. He knew the laws in his state. He attempted to de-escalate the altercation. He used an appropriate amount of force, a kick, rather than a knife or a firearm when the attacker was unarmed. He gave a verbal command. He feared for his life and the lives of his family members and was justified in his use of deadly force. He even had a USCCA membership, giving him access to all of the powerful membership resources. Brian's biggest regret. The one thing he failed to do was to call the critical response team right away. Frankly, this is one of the most important numbers you can save in your phone, because immediately the critical response team connects you with your attorney or one of your choosing from the USCCA Attorney Network, who will immediately go to work preparing your defense and doing everything in their power to get you home to your loved ones. Look, this is so important. Whether you're at home, at a restaurant, on a walk, at an event, at the office, wherever you might be, whether you've been carrying a gun for decades or are about to purchase your first firearm, the most important thing you can do is be fully prepared for all three levels. If you're not mentally prepared, physically prepared, and legally prepared, it's like protecting yourself with a shield that's broken. You must be prepared for everything you'll encounter before, during, and after using your gun in self-defense. Or you could make a mistake that will land you in jail or worse. Now, you could go it alone, trying to cobble together everything you need, wasting time and money, and still fall short of being fully prepared. Or you could try a 100% risk-free USCCA membership today. USCCA membership is the all-in-one resource that you need to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. Membership includes life-saving education, expert training, and exclusive benefits like Concealed Carry Magazine and the Protector Academy, where you'll learn and practice critical skills that could truly make all the difference someday. And if you're ever forced to use your firearm in self-defense, you'll have the 24/7 critical response team. Plus, self-defense liability insurance is an automatic membership benefit. Here's how that works. First, there's a $2 million annual liability insurance limit. However, there are no limits on defense expenses incurred during the defense of a civil or criminal proceeding or investigation. That means neither your criminal nor civil defense expenses reduce the amount available for any damages you may owe if you happen to lose your civil suit. So in Brian's case of legal self-defense, his attorneys would receive a check in full covering the $68,500 of legal fees. However, we've seen defense expenses in excess of $500,000 and up. So to create the best possible resource for responsible gun owners, the USCCA purchased a policy that allows for no-limit defense expenses. Now again, all of this is about one thing: helping you keep yourself and your loved ones safe before, during, and after a self-defense incident. So let me ask you a question. What's the worst-case scenario for you today? What would happen if you had to shoot to protect yourself or your loved ones? What if you were wrongfully arrested? Well, the moment you join the USCCA, you get all of the powerful resources and benefits automatically. You will be more prepared for whatever might come your way. Keep yourself and your loved ones safe with the powerful resources of USCCA membership. Take care and stay safe.
Insurance has been purchased by the USCCA and is one of the benefits of membership in the USCCA. Coverage and benefits are subject to the terms, conditions, and exclusions of the insurance policy issued to the USCCA. Every USCCA member is an additional insured on that policy. Information provided herein is for informational purposes and is not intended to be a representation of coverage that may exist in any particular situation. USCCA membership is not available to residents of New Jersey, New York, or Washington State. Contact Delta Defense's customer engagement team at 1-800-674-9779 with any questions. Delta Defense LLC provides sales, marketing, operations, and administrative support services to the USCCA and is a licensed insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia, with its principal office in West Bend, Wisconsin. Delta Defense LLC does business as Delta Defense Insurance Services in California. California license number 0M34093.